I was 28 the first time that it happened. It repeated every time that I got excited. After the fifth miscarriage, I realized that there had to be a reason why I had these recurrent miscarriages. Fast forward, and after having a successful career in media, I realized that my purpose was greater than just sitting in a building and being confined to storytelling through the lens of somebody else's ideals. So I started my first business. And when I started my first business, I had I had a toddler and a newborn. And it was in that moment that I realized that I went through my miscarriages. I went through that extremely difficult time so that I could appreciate my children when it would matter the most. Many high achieving women have a hard time balancing life as mom and boss because we've worked our entire lives to make it to a particular point, or we're still climbing that corporate ladder, or we're in the midst of building what will be a dynamic and amazing business. And so when we decide to have children, there's a real struggle. At least for me, there was a real struggle because I had poured so much of my time and energy and efforts from school to working through building my brand, building my reputation, that when I had children, it became like, okay, well, how do I balance this out? And so over the years, I have spoken all across the globe. And in 2018, it hit me that there are tons of women who were like me, who were struggling to find this balance, struggling to find peace of mind. And so I remember I was sitting on the stage in Accra, Ghana, and this lady says, "Excuse me, ma'am, you mentioned during your talk that you have two young boys. I just had a baby, but I feel guilty about being here. How do you do it? How do you manage traveling the world and still fulfilling your purpose that you deem to be your purpose without the guilt?" And for me, I had never identified that feeling. I had never associated it with a word, let alone guilt. So then, as I continued to travel, the question began to arise more and more. And it was through that that I realized, okay, well, Angel, sit down and figure out, how do you actually cope with this? How do you deal with it? And so I would like to share my coping mechanisms for overcoming mommy guilt and transitioning that negative energy into positive actions. My name is Angel Livas, and I am honored to be considered for the U Street TEDx program. Thank you.